Hello beautiful souls, it's Karen at Sunmagic99 and today I'm here with Divine Masculine versus Divine Feminine, the truth of it. So we're going to look into what's really going on with the masculine and with the feminine right now. So I'm going to alternate between the masculine and feminine energies. So the first messages are from my friend Rachel, her new deck. I just got spooked while I ghosted. So check out her card site, the link will be below. It's a brilliant deck. Just going to put some light on this, a bit dark here today. So we're going to get started. I'm going to get started on. So you may not have been ghosted, but these are for people that were ghosted, and these could be some of the reasons that you were ghosted by your masculine, your feminine. So we're going to start off with the masculine. Why did he ghost? We've got Ravenous Wolf. So to me, immediately I'm picking up about sexual energy. This could be that he was just overcome with lust and, he couldn't get you out of his head. He's constantly craving you in a lustful way, and he didn't want to feel like that. He felt he'd lost control, basically, okay? Back off for a while. Yeah, again, it felt so intense, a connection. He just couldn't handle the connection, he was overcome with lustful feelings. He didn't... Sorry about that. He didn't engage with his feelings. He was just totally overcome with lustful feelings. So all he could think of doing was backing off. But obviously ghosting is not an answer. It's not a really good way to treat anybody. And then he's got two minds. So again, he was in two minds about the connection. He swung between he did want to see you and he didn't want to see you. And he was not in a good place, basically, mentally. And he got scared crow. He got scared about the intensity and the fact that he couldn't stop thinking of you. You sort of overtook his brain, and he wasn't connecting with his heart space. So he didn't realise there was more to this connection than just lust. So he backed away. And maybe other people were judging him, and he took their opinions on board, even though they're nothing to do with the connection or the relationship. I feel other people's opinions were important to him, and that affected the connection as well. So that was the masculine. So what about the feminine? If she ghosted? So she may have felt that she, again, was too much fixated on the masculine energy. She was neglecting herself. Again, she was consumed by thoughts of him, and it was difficult for her to focus on things in her own life. There could have been some abuse in this connection. Maybe it was a negative connection. Maybe this person was, just verbally abusive, maybe, or emotionally abusive. There was some sort of bad behaviour going on. So she felt she had no choice but to block and ghost this person. Some of you could have been trapped by circumstances. Maybe you were already in a connection, with somebody. You were already in a relationship that you couldn't get out of, or there was no way that you could be with your masculine. So again, you ghosted because you just didn't know how to explain this. Some of you maybe used drink or drugs to drown out your feelings, and maybe you ghosted your masculine when you were the worse for wear for drink, and then you couldn't find the courage to reconnect or reach out again. So it's kept you stuck. And the mirroring could have been quite intense. Obviously, we mirror the good and the bad aspects, and it brought up some issues within you that you didn't want to look at that time. And you could have felt drained by this connection. Could have been all-consuming, and all you could think about was your masculine. You couldn't focus on other things in your life, and you were neglecting yourself. So you didn't feel you had a choice but to pull away. And you could have felt that, you had love feelings for your masculine, but he didn't love you back, and you just didn't want to pursue a one-sided connection anymore. and you didn't know how to handle it, so you just ghosted. Obviously, these are just general, so take what resonates for you, okay? So now we're going to get where the masculine at is in his energy right now. So we've got regret. I know I cannot change the past. So he's got regret over some things that have gone down here in this connection. The way he's behaved, the way he treated you, some things he may have said to you. Okay, and he realises he can't change that, but he does have regret about it. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. He may have had some sort of awakening recently. He may have been shown by spirit what this connection is about, what he's here to do, and he's getting in touch with his own inner knowing, his higher self, and he's following his life purpose in his life at this time. He may have had a lot of pride, but not in a good way. This says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone, but to me this message is about too much pride, like pride and ego, letting his pride get in the way of this connection, and, you know, letting others judge. And he judged as well, this connection, and he let pride get in the way of it, basically, and he wasn't loving himself at that time. He feels a failure in life. Maybe he's had a broken relationship before, or several. He doesn't feel that he's any good at relationships or life. He feels he's failed a lot in life. But again, he's starting to learn that a failure is something you learn from. We all fail. I mean, everyone fails on the way to success. And he's realising that these are learning curves for him. But he was very hard on himself at one point about failure. Maybe he was raised in a family that didn't see failure, that he had to succeed, he had to be this, he had to be that. But everybody fails in life at some point, and it's having that understanding for yourself that we all do. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So again, he's had guilt, you know, he's suffered a lot of guilt in his life. He may have felt guilty, you know, the fact that he ghosted you, he disconnected from you without any communication. And again, he's trying to release those feelings of guilt. These are things he needs to work on within himself. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. So he very much doubted himself. He could have been somebody very much in the logic, you know, somebody used to being using their brain rather than their feelings to go through the world, and had a lot of doubt about themselves and this connection because they didn't understand it, and they just, you know, tried to block it out, basically. And again, they're working on this issue. They need to release the need to know all the answers. We don't always know all the answers in life. Got worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. That's so true. I used to work with the elderly many years ago, and my mum as well. She was a terrible worrier. And worry doesn't do anything, you know, it doesn't change the outcome of a situation in any way. All it does is make you feel shit because you're in that energy of worry. It's a useless energy. We all do it. I do it. You know, we do it. You know, especially if you're a parent, you do tend to have that in your mind. You have these worries about your children, but it doesn't actually change any outcome. So it is a pointless energy. And again, he's learning to not focus on worry. It's better to put your energy in a more positive position. So let's look at the feminine energy now. With blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So maybe she was blaming the masculine for some of the things that were happening to her. And she's realising that she has to take responsibility for her own reactions and actions in any relationship, and her own well-being. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So she's working on her self-esteem now. She knows she's got to raise her self-esteem, and that is linked with the solar plexus chakra. And this is a good place to start, you know, to give that love and focus to yourself right now. Perseverance. I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. So she's very strong-minded. She's determined. she knows that whatever she sets her mind to, she can achieve it. So she's got that determination within her, that perseverance within her right now. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Again, she's working on having that discipline within herself to set her tasks and to achieve each task that she sets herself and accomplish those things that she desires in her life. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. So she may have been in denial about certain things in her life and her connection with the masculine, and it could just have been a fear of lack, a fear of rejection, and she's again working on these issues within herself, raising her own awareness about what it is she needs to heal within herself. Got death. I'm learning that end is unbelievable beginning. So that's so true, isn't it? Death is transformation, basically, at the end of the day. You know, a death is always followed by rebirth. We see it in nature all the time. And an ending is followed by a new beginning. And it's the start, a time, you know, it's a chance to start fresh with a new focus. Okay, so they're the feminine and masculine energies. So how does the masculine actually see his feminine right now? So he may see receiving signs about his feminine right now from spirit, I feel, and symbols and messages from spirit to keep his attention on this connection. Okay, so he's definitely receiving symbols and messages right now. He may see his feminine as very graceful, and the way she's in the world, she's very grateful. She has this nobility about her, and he feels grateful for the fact that he met her and he's had time with her, and he sees her as someone different to who he's known before. He may see her as quite glamorous at times. She may have this way about her. She may be unusual in the way she dresses. She may have an unusual look. And again, he likes that about her, the fact that she is different and she's got her own style. He may have felt quite contented in your company, in the feminine's company. He may have felt safe, content. And if you've had intimate relations, he may have felt blissful. It may have really been a beautiful state for him. He achieved that bliss with the feminine. And he sees her as someone quite mysterious, somebody that can see and know things that others don't. And he finds that quite intriguing and also a bit scary, if he's honest, I think. So how does the feminine see the masculine? She's just going with the flow right now. She really does want to be in the flow of energy with her masculine, but she's obviously deciding to let him go with the flow in his own life right now. And the same for the feminine. And we've got death again. So there was an ending here in this connection. Okay, but as I say, it's usually followed by a rebirth, a new beginning. And she is hoping for that. Yeah, there could have been chaos in this connection. You know, it could have been one of those runner-chaser energies where the feminine didn't know where she stood, really. The masculine didn't have any clarity over what he wanted, and he was backwards and forwards. And because a lot of the feminines didn't have boundaries, you know, chaos ensued and nobody knew where anyone was. So that had to come to an end, obviously. Yeah, like war. So maybe you had disagreements with your masculine. War is a strong word, but, you know, you couldn't come to an agreement, basically. So obviously you did part ways. A lot of you did part ways. But you do see the beauty in the masculine. You know, you see his inner beauty. You see his inner soul. And you can see beyond all the outside illusions. But he's not aware that you can do this. But you do see beyond that. And you see he is wise. You know, he has got that wisdom within him. If he would only tap into it, which he's not tapping into it. But you see that he has the ability to do this. And you do feel that love, you know, you feel that unconditional love for your masculine like you do with a child. And with your children as they grow up, you have to learn to let them go, to let them fly, and to be themselves, to be in their own energy. And that's what a lot of you have done with the masculine, I feel. So what else with the masculine? How does he see this connection? Pay attention to the red flag. So something wasn't quite sitting with him for whatever reason. He felt uncomfortable at some point, and maybe it was the fact that he was being challenged to go within his feelings, and he didn't like that because he was used to being in his head. He's been working on forgiveness of himself and other people in his life. He's trying to release the past and let go of the past hurts. So he's working on that right now. He does see his connection with the feminine as a soulmate connection, and he is trying to manifest that back in, but he's also doing that work on himself as well to, you know, get in a better place in his own heart and mind. And he's willing to make the effort moving forward because he knows this is a great love. Okay, what about the feminine? So we've got wedding here. To me, I see this is about commitment. The feminine is wanting a commitment moving forward. Now, whether this is with your masculine or whether this is with another masculine, but the feminine is definitely wanting that in her life moving forward. And again, she's doing healing work on family issues. This could be generational healing, inner child healing that she's doing to help her soul to evolve and grow at this time. And she does feel a past life connection with her masculine. She may have had visions or dreams showing her past life relationships where they have been husband and wife. And if she gets the chance, she wants to be able to retreat with her masculine, because there's a couple in this card, and spend that alone time together to reconnect and to share themselves with each other once more. So where is the masculine energy at right now? So he's gained in wisdom, he's using that experience as lessons, and he's trying to let go of past hurts. He may have had some healing, or he's gone to a healer, or he's worked on his chakra centers. Okay, so he's doing that in inner work right now. And he's also working on himself physically, mentally, to get in a good place with his self-esteem and his fitness levels. And he feels like he can start again. You know, he wants to start again in life, have a new beginning, moving forward. And he wants to help other people on the journey, pass on knowledge and skills that he's gained eventually. And if you work in soul union together, this is something you will do together. And the feminine, she's had issues with addictions and unhealthy behaviours and codependency issues. And again, I think the connection between you become a bit codependent. So separation was needed to heal this issue. And some of you will come back together and some of you may not, okay? But you will have a partner who will match you vibrationally. And the feminine wants to be a lover in life, you know, sensual, loving, to give and receive pleasure with another. That's what she's really wanting moving forward. She could have had stressed, anxious, fearful moments. There's a lot of that going around in the world right now. And she's had that alone time. It's got selfish on here, but sometimes we need that alone time just to sit in our own energy, to meditate, to contemplate, before, like the hangman energy, before we take any further action forward. And again, so they're mirroring each other. She's looking after her physical health and mental health to build up good self-esteem right now. And she's wants to be more adventurous in her life, to be open to try new things, going new places, meeting new people. She wants to open up her life. And her creativity is on fire. At the moment, she's writing, painting, drawing, whatever it is. She's found that passion to activate her sacral chakra there. So what does masculine want going forward? So he wants that closeness and intimacy. He wants to take her out on regular dates to get to know each other properly. And he wants love in his life. He's decided he does want love in his life. And maybe a family with the feminine at some point. And he wants to be open and honest about how he's feeling moving forward. And this feels like a once-in-a-lifetime love. He's never felt anything like this before. And he wants to hold her close and kiss her deep and just be in her company again. So what about the feminine? Yeah, so we saw that earlier. She wants a commitment, okay? I mean, this is an engagement ring, but some people don't do that. Obviously, it's just having that commitment, isn't it, moving forward, that this person is serious about you and wants to be with you. Yeah, because obviously blocked and ghosted, you know, the feminine was blocked or ghosted here, but it could have been a vice versa, and there's been no contact basically anyway, whatever way. But the feminine has been daydreaming about a masculine. She finds him very cute, very sexy. He's on her mind, and she'd like to go away for a weekend with him and have lots of sexy fun times, which ties in with that retreat card. And to her it feels like first love. It feels like, again, a love that she's never experienced before. And she wants to get closer, to do those things as a couple, like watch the sun come up. She's been checking up on him on social media, and that, again, could be a vice versa energy there. And again, she's wanting that intimacy, to hold him. She wants him to know she loves him, desires him, and wants him. Okay, so what does the masculine want to say to his feminine today? I promise I will come to you as soon as I can to make sweet love to you as no one else can. And I want to be right, be the best I can. So he wants to be in a good energy. What is it about you that has captured my heart? There is no logic, and I'm still in the dark. I want you to be happy more than anything, my love, and I'm working on myself to meet you with my love. So he's working on himself right now. When I first looked into your eyes, I was lost deep, deep in your soul. Everything about you turns me on. From the way you look, your smile, even when you get cross, it still makes me smile. When I close my eyes, I see images of you and me. So much passion, baby, we create our own electricity. So he's missing his feminine. So what does the feminine want to say back? Do you think of me the way I think of you, fondly and with love? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you, unconditionally? I want to tell you what is deep in my soul, but I do not want to scare you off, so I withhold. Places, faces, people you have known, but do you feel the traces of me in your soul? I cry myself to sleep as you're not there next to me. I want to hold you all night, baby, to smell the scent of you there. If you could have one wish, what would it be? Mine would be to love you for eternity. I know you do not mean to hurt me as hurt people hurt others. I want to help you heal. Separation of this you and me. Do you even understand what this is, this connection? Do you want to know? So she wonders if the masculine actually even understands what this connection is now, but I think some do and some still in the dark, to be honest. So this is my friend Rachel's other new deck, Ghostly Whispers of Love Oracle. It's a stunning deck. So these are love messages. So these are for people whose twin flame may be in spirit, but these are also for people in separation as well this time. So what does the masculine want to say? Dreams. I meet you in your dreams every night. It was soul love at first sight. I'm always with you in spirit. I'm so proud of you. My spirit watches over you daily. I embrace you in spirit when you cry. I always kiss you goodnight. So it's beautiful, loving messages here. So you're very much connected still. Your energies are very much connected. So what about the feminine? I've never loved another like you in any lifetime. I'm yours in every lifetime. My soul is always with you. We are connected at the heart. We are one soul, half together. We are whole. I'm so sorry I left you. We are always together in spirit. Can you feel me make love to you? I will always be your lover. So still very strong tie there on that energetic connection. So we're just going to get some guidance from spirit. So even if you're not in communication in the 3D, which a lot of people are not, and you're in separation, there is still that connection between you when you tap into each other. So these are for the masculine. We've got toxic behaviours. So I do feel the masculine, some of them were in those toxic behaviours, weren't they? That player energy, they may have had addictions, codependent behaviours, etc. And it's not to say the feminines didn't have those either. Develop skills. So he needs to develop skills. And I feel this is more to do with, you know, the way he works, you know, gets in touch with his feelings, with his heart, uses his heart, his feelings a lot more. Maybe he had a controlling partner in the past, and this has made him very wary of being in relationships again, because that's not good, obviously. And we've got wishes fulfilled here. So whatever his wishes are moving forward, it says that spirits say that it will be fulfilled for him. For the feminine, we've got intellectual contemplation. So she may be called more to be in her mind more. Maybe she was in her feelings more than her logic. And she needs to think about things more as well. We've got limitations. There's limitations at the moment on this connection. We've got soul mission. So a lot of feminines are in their soul mission. They do not have to be in union to fulfill their soul mission. A lot of feminines are in soul mission right now. And this is something that is really helping them to raise their vibration for their soul's growth at this time. Friendship. So maybe some of you are going to have a friendship with your masculine moving forward. It may not be a full-blown relationship. Maybe you'll agree to just be friends at this time. It could change. And we've got prayer. So prayer is always useful, isn't it? Especially now, you know, I've never prayed so much in my life as I have this year, believe me. Probably the same for a lot of you, I guess. It's been one hell of a year. So we've got mentor here. So I feel that the feminine was a mentor for a lot of the masculines. A lot of the masculines I don't feel were spiritually awakened, maybe when you met them. Some of them may still not be. They may never be in this lifetime, to be honest. It's obviously everyone's journey is different. And take what resonates. If they're going to continually fight, we still have free will. You know, we still have free will in life. Regardless of what spirit wants us to do, we do still have that free will. So we're just going to get some final messages for both masculine and feminine. So some timing issues. Let's see what comes up here. What's going to happen next in this connection? Wow, got a sexy surprise, a hookup. I'm not sure you want to hook up. We've got a year from now. Be patient. In a few weeks. and breakfast at my place. So obviously this is a general reading and it will be different for all of you, okay? So I hope that helped in some way. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time. Many blessings.